Good morning, shareholders, shareholder representatives, representatives of trade associations and chambers of commerce, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you and hereby open the 2016 regular shareholders meeting of Daimler AG. Now, before we come to order, let us pay tribute to all of our departed. Please rise. We remember all employees and retirees and those who were close to our company, pensioners as well, who have passed away since the last annual shareholders meeting. I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with a few administrative details pertaining to the due conduct of the shareholders meeting. Please note that this morning, as you came in, you will have received, together with your voting cards, a shareholders information brochure containing all the relevant procedural details, including information on voting and granting proxy rights should you leave the meeting early. You are kindly asked to read this information carefully. Should you not have received the brochure, you can get one at any time from the Investor Relations stand. Today's annual meeting was convened in due form and time in the Electronic Federal Gazette dated February 22nd, 2016. Let me take this opportunity to present to you Mr. Rakia, Notary Public, has received a copy of the convocation announcement and he's going to be authenticating the resolutions of today's meeting. Should you wish to submit statements regarding the notarial minutes, please contact the notary assisting Mr. Rakia in his activities pertaining to the authentication of the resolutions. Dr. Krause is seated on your right in the first row in front of the stage. The area in which shareholders may participate directly in the shareholders meeting includes the plenary as well as all areas accessible to you after going through the accreditation section. For more details, please consult the information brochure. Should you wish to take the floor after the general debate has been opened, we would ask you to proceed to the registration desk here in the main hall now. There is only one registration desk. Should you wish to propose a motion on rules of procedure, please submit your request in writing using the form to request the floor so that we can be prepared. In addition, you are required to present your motion orally to the plenary. You may request the floor later on until the list of calls for the floor is closed. We would ask you to notify us of your desire to speak at the earliest opportunity so that we can get an idea of how many shareholders intend to take the floor and plan accordingly. Should you be following the shareholders meeting from outside the main hall, you may register your request for the floor at the registration desk here in the main hall, as well as speak when given the floor, and you may submit any statements regarding the notarial minutes here too. As you can see, the Supervisory Board and the Board of Management are all here at this shareholders meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, 2015 was the best financial year in the history of Daimler AG. It's wonderful to be able to start in this manner. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Board of Management and naturally all of our employees on this achievement. I thank you. Our success is not down to random chance. It is the result of implementing a strategy that stretches back years to 2007 when we demerged from Chrysler. This was followed by the difficult years of 2008 and 2009, a time when few could have predicted that we would be so successful in the future. What have we achieved? In 2009, our revenue was some 79 billion euros. In 2015, our revenue totaled 149 billion euros. In 2009, our EBIT amounted to minus 1.5 billion euros. In 2015, your company achieved an EBIT of 13.2 billion euros. In 2008 and 2009, we paved the way for this strategy, not least in increasing our research and development budget in 2009 by several hundred million euros. a move that is now bearing fruit as we had hoped. You have monitored this process with a critical eye over the years, and we are all the more pleased to be able to announce such a good result and to see that our star has once again risen to where it belongs, at the reputation pinnacle of automotive manufacturing. But in the midst of all our joy and satisfaction at what we have achieved, we must not lose sight of the challenges we are facing, nor the opportunities within our grasp. We believe that we are facing the greatest transformation in automotive manufacturing ever. What are these challenges and what are the opportunities? Firstly, low emission or zero emission driving. Secondly, alternative drivetrain systems, primarily electric vehicles that are necessary to get us there. Thirdly, digitization, both in our products and in our value creation processes. Fourthly, connectivity. And finally, autonomous driving. And in all 5 of these game-changing fields, your company is in pole position. But we're already in the thick of this transformation process, and there remains a great deal more to be done. What this means is that we need to put a great deal of financial resources and expertise into building on this position and preserving our current profitability, or even improving it. Technological challenges make for corporate culture challenges as well. What that means for our company is that we need to get faster, braver, in some cases more ambitious, and be prepared to veer off the beaten path quickly if it proves to be heading in the wrong direction. We have to bridge a difficult gap. On the one hand, we have the culture of the digital world, which is becoming increasingly important for our vehicles and our processes, something we must tackle head-on. But we mustn't lose sight of our strengths in the traditional world, those of quality, reliability, and security. We believe that only companies who manage to perform this balancing act in an ideal manner will prevail in the future. With this in mind, the Board of Management, with the full support of the Supervisory Board, launched its Leadership 2020 project with the primary involvement of all of our employees. The project aims at developing approaches and concepts for a new leadership culture. These challenges are flanked by a political and macroeconomic environment that is anything but stable. I hardly need mention the political conflicts occurring. You'll be well aware of them all. The economic issues are manifold as well. Take the economic developments in Russia and Brazil, or the declining growth rate in China, not to mention the sluggish economic growth in Europe. Tackling the issues facing us in the future requires considerable political effort, for instance, in the area of infrastructure, particularly in Germany. Fast broadband or blanket coverage of charging infrastructure for electric vehicles, and finally, the fine-tuning of a macroeconomic analysis of carbon emissions, to mention a few. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't make a great deal of sense only to focus on the carbon footprint of vehicles when the entire value chain is relevant for the economy as a whole. So far, the company has managed to stay ahead of the game in this challenging area thanks to our wide product range, internal efficiency measures, and our worldwide sales system.